Hello. I'm working on Christmas presents and I thought I would share with you really quickly how to make your own handmade painted ornaments. So I have some really cute ones and I prepped these first. So I wanted to show you the prepping, but at first, I'm all out of my clear gesso. So I have gesso here, but it is white. But that's not actually a terrible thing because I had a couple of practice runs that didn't go so great. I actually used a paint pen on this guy. I don't know if you can kind of see the writing, but I painted over it with gesso, which is exactly what I do with these live edge ornaments when I get them from Amazon. I paint them with a clear gesso, so it's a little more sneaky. You can see the wood right through it. But the gesso creates a nice painting surface. So I just happened to cover up my mess up because I don't have clear, and clear wouldn't be a good use for this anyway. And I have this one painted green. I'll go ahead and paint it with my white gesso. It looks like paint. It feels like paint. It's just a thicker version of paint, and I like to think that it has something like plaster of Paris or something in it that settles in the grooves of the canvas. It also has, it settles in the grooves of the wood a little bit too. Panda is snooping around, so she may come visit us. I'm convinced that she knows when I start recording that she is wants to be part of the show. So I just turned that from green to white, and that's gonna dry. But the other guys are dry enough that I could play with some paint. So I'm washing my brush, and that's in my soapy water, rinsing in my rinse water. And guess what? I'm using my buddy Phil. It's a flat brush with the rounded edge. It's great for getting around those edges when you want to paint something circular. It's already rounded for you. Makes it easy. So let's play. While those settle and dry, I'll go ahead and start something like this. The idea is painting a circle and then making different colors of foliage. So I'm going to use this guy, and I went ahead and put paint on my little palette keeper because I'm going to do several videos today, and the phthalo green is just too bright for me, so I'm going to add a little bit of this transparent sienna is what it's called. So I'm just going to do a nice oval, or I'm following the lines of the wood. And if I do a terrible job with this, it's really not a big deal because it gets pretty much covered up with all the different types of foliage. So now I just loaded my brush again, and now I'm going to lay it down and just alternate a pattern. See that? It's kind of cool. And it looks like a vine with leaves on it already. Cool. So that's one way I get foliage on the wreath. But I want different types of foliage. So now I'm going to take the green and mix it with a little bit of blue because I'm kind of partial to the blue spruce. I think they're beautiful. And I'm even going to put a little bit of white in it also because I want it to just pop differently than the other colors. So now I'm going to draw a line and then fill out the line with a little pine needle action. Draw a line and fill out the line with a little pine needle action. How cool is that? And it is, I mean, it's still green, but it's definitely got a blue tint to it. And I'm not about making it all exactly perfectly even, because I'm not about that life. It's too much work, too much stress. My idea here is just to get different colors of foliage and fill out this wreath a little bit with pretty colors. I estimate that each ornament, if somebody's like taking their time, takes about 10 or 15 minutes each. You could probably do them, you know, if you really wanted to go gangbusters, you could probably do them faster than that. Some sort of family assembly style, but I kind of enjoy the process. All right, so there's my blue spruce. Now I'm going to, I didn't get any yellow out. I'm going to mix the green with the yellow because I want just a brighter, funkier type of green. And phthalo green, which is the set that I'm using, or the color green that's here, is very blue already, kind of like a ocean tropical green. So it takes a lot of warming up. All right, then I'm gonna make like a little boxwood action where I'm gonna draw the line and just dot in some foliage. And see how it's like filling in. And you can do as many layers as you like of all the different types of foliage, or do layers of the same, but it works out pretty cool. I mean, the idea, your eye kind of fills in, oh, that's really cool. It's a different types of greenery in the wreath. The different brush strokes kind of do all the work for you. Okay, I think I need something right there. I did a paint party where somebody filled these in like really abundantly, and that was gorgeous. So there really is no wrong answer. So there's that. Now, this is one of my favorite tricks in the whole wide world. Oh, where am I going to put that? So, you see the end of my paintbrush? I'm going to dot it in the red. See? And now, I'm going to do 3 touches right in a little cluster. And they make the little berries. So cute. Isn't that fun? So that's super easy, super fun. So some people love glitter. I tend to think that around Christmas time people have they have a love-hate relationship about the glitter, but I like doing a little bit of glitter on the ornaments. I think it's fun, and yes, I end up wearing lots of glitter. So isn't that cute? So now wipe off the end of that. So now that's pretty cool because it goes all the way around. Now for the next part, I need to make sure, learn from my mistakes, make sure that the hole is at the top before you start doing anything that designates a top or a bottom on these, because that's not so fun when you go to string it up and your painting is like, not right. So just word to the wise. And I like this round brush, but I'm going to look for a slightly smaller one. And I like short words when I'm doing lettering. And also get the paint a little bit more liquidy than you normally would. So I don't know if this is going to be backwards for you or not. I'm on selfie mode. Probably is, huh? Is that backwards? So important to have the paint flow off the brush with these. The smaller the brush, the more liquidy the paint needs to be. And of course, roll the paint with the brush so that it doesn't, it stays in a nice small tip. Joy! How's that? So there's one. So I have some joy to go with my hope. Ha ha! Next I'll do a little snowman. I don't know if it's needed or necessary since this is already white, but I do like to say that acrylic paint is like nail polish. It always looks better with a second coat. So I am going over the white with a second coat so that the snowman is not see-through. So I'm just going to do the snowman's head. And now make sure that the hole is at the top. Uh-oh. Sounds like Panda's getting into trouble. Okay, same concept with the tail end of my brush, but I'm gonna make some little eyes, and this is where I can go smudge it around a little bit bigger and more uneven so it looks like coal. It's kind of a cool way to get a roundish shape. There. A little smile. Half a smile. A snowman smirk. He's cute. All right, and I'm picking up some orange. So I start with a little bit of a circle and then kind of just do a wiggle my brush to a tip. Pretty easy. Now we have our cute little snowman face, but I think it needs a hat or something. And I'm gonna pick up my buddy Phil again. Now this is blending with the wet white, and I'm okay with that because then it makes it like shadow shapes and highlights on the hat. But if it gets to be too gray for you, you can always go back in with another coat after this one dries. But I don't mind it. I think it's cute. How about a little little holly on the hat. So there's that guy, and then I'm going to do the same stamping technique with the holly berry. It's playtime for Cami. How cute is that? See the little things, and then you can go back in and do glitter if you want to or whatever, but I think it's pretty dang cute. I need my buddy Phil. Phil! All right, there you are. Okay, with this one, I'm going to do kind of like a night sky, but I don't, remember, I could have just used clear gesso, but I was covering up somebody else's boo-boo on this guy, so I gessoed it over with white. So I'm covering over the circle about 2/3 of the way down with cerulean blue, and now I'm using a little bit of ultra blue. Ultramarine is the long name. All right, so I did a little bit of cerulean blue and a little bit of ultra blue to play with some colors. And now I'm dipping in the white, which is all fine and dandy. I'm going to paint this part white, finish off the circle. Beautiful white. And now on purpose, I'm going to go up to the edge of the blue and try to pick up some of the blue that on the edge there and wiggle it down. It's not cooperating, so guess what? I'm going to pick up some blue off my palette. I'm painting it onto the palette first so I don't get overloaded. What I want is a little bit of blue shadowing in my white snow. It just makes it look more 3D and interesting. So there's that, and now we could use a toothbrush to do stars, or we could do our famous stamping technique. Typically, I only stamp once. I've got the end of my paintbrush here. And now, whoa, that's a lot of paint. Try to stamp some of it off. When I have a lot of paint on my brush, it's going to make big stars, bright stars. As you work off you just keep on stamping and it gets to be less and less and less, and it makes those stars look further away. Cute, huh? All right, so there's that. Now I have my buddy Phil here. I'm going to do a one tree on kind of on the side here. So this is going to be a little bit hard to see until I put the snow on the tree. So I turn my brush vertical and I touch it. I angle it like 45 degrees to the left and touch, 45 degrees to the right and touch. And that makes the tree top. And then I'm loading some more green paint. Then I start out where the next branch would be and just kind of touch. And as I'm touching, I'm doing like a lazy Z. It's hard to see until I get down to the snow, huh? So then there's that. And now, normally I would put this to the side and let it settle and put snow on it, and then a little bit of sprinkles, sparkles, glitter. That's the word. Oh man, words are hard, people. Especially when I'm arting. But I'm just adding a little bit of thicker snow on the tops of the tree. Now it's showing up, isn't it? And then a little bit of white snow to highlight drifts in areas where I want it brighter. And then it's ready for sparkles and glitter and whatever else I want to do. But there's another guy. How about a Bethlehem star? Let's do this. This is really, really quick and easy. I like to start with the glow of the star. And then I'm going to work my way out with a deeper, richer color. So there's my ultramarine blue. Another beautiful blue for this is a Prussian blue. There, now I'm going to blend the two together. There. So it's got a nice glow in the middle. Now I have a little teeny tiny round brush. Sweet. So with the Bethlehem or star, or the Star of David, I like to start in the middle and only do half of it at a time. And I already, out of habit, I looked for the hole that was already pre-drilled. That's the top, obviously, if you hang it with a string. So that's important to keep track of that thing. Sweet. Now, so I did that cross, and now on the 45s, I'm picking up. So the blue is very wet. I'm picking up blue every time on my brush, so I'm going back to kind of wipe that off and get fresh white so that it stays nice and bright, and I'll probably do a second coat. Next, our nice stars. Pretty fun. So that's a fun one to let this dry and then repaint the star bright white and put white glitter on. That one's bomb. Should we do one more? How about these guys? I love these sweet guys. So this one is super fun. You can do it a couple different ways. So I think if there's 3 family members or 3 kids, I think it would be really fun to do their thumbprint in white and then do the outline as if they are the 3 little bears. But if you do the thumbprints, then you can't do the little muzzle, just leave the muzzle unpainted so you see through to the raw wood. But anyways, I will go ahead and paint one bear here, super easy. That's my son. So as if I was painting a thumbprint, except I left the center. Now I'm going to paint his little ears. Yeah, this is another lesson learned. You're going to do the white first. And it is a good idea to let the white settle. So he's got ears now. Cute. And then if I really wanted to, I could go in with a Sharpie or a pen and do all the detail. As you notice, I've turned it so it's easier for my hand. That's something I like to do to make it so that I can work on things easier. Whew, it's almost time to bust out the little glasses for these guys. He's coming to life, you guys. He's so cute. Upside down bear, and rolling my black paint to a tip, because the last little bit is the hardest, getting his little nose in there and a little mouth like that. So cute. There's this Starry Night one, and this one we get to flick paint with a toothbrush, so we might need to do this one. Okay, last ornament, guys. 5 minutes of glory and splendor. All right, I'm gonna get the center. I'm creating that sky color, and there were lots of different colors in that sky. I like choosing a line of the wood and just kind of going up to it, but leaving a little bit of the wood color because I think it's pretty. I'm using cerulean blue and ultramarine blue. Next, I'm going to play with some black and just touch in some black. I'm just varying the color. And this is some of that leftover blue spruce color I'm patting in there. A little touch more black. I want it really varied, and I want a little bit to make sure that there's going to be a contrast with the white for the Starry Night. But I also plan to do black trees, so I want the sky to be kind of medium color. Well, this isn't exactly my toothbrush. It is my toothbrush, but it's not the one I use on my teeth. So I'm going to pat onto the white paint, and then very carefully, holding the brush like this with my thumb out, I'm going to flick There you go. There's a Starry Night and a white thumb. All right, now I'm going to get my buddy Phil back out here and dip him into some black. All right, so if I'm only, I just readjusted so that the hole was at the top. If I'm only going to do a few trees, I would want to do them at the bottom, but I would do definitely an odd number of trees. I think these trees are really effective when you leave a little bit of space in between them, so you can see the Starry Night. And again, this would do better if we let it sit and let the sky dry before I try to do these trees. But you know, we had to accomplish a lot. a short little guy over here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't do 4. Must do even or odd numbers. Sweet. That's kind of fun, isn't it? All right. So let me show you these guys again. We've got our Starry Night one. We have our little bear. We have our Bethlehem star. Another Starry Night with trees. I call this one Winter Wonderland. And we have Hope and Joy. And sweet little snowmans. So it's really, really easy. As you guys probably have noticed, I've got 2 different sizes of wood here. These are thicker, these are thinner, these are about 2.25 inches, and these are 3 to 3.5 inches. I prefer these. They're easier to paint on because the surface is bigger. These are less expensive, but I'll put links below so you can take a peek if you're interested in playing with some paint. I'll put the links to the brushes and the paint that I used. So have fun and stay tuned. I am also working on a membership deal, so that's going to be an awesome gift as well. So the membership thing is going to be members paying a small monthly fee and having access to members only material, special paint party videos, specific how to paint videos, and a members only Facebook group where we'll share ideas back and forth, and I'll go live in that group with specific stuff. So I'm super excited, looking to launch that in the next week and a half or so. Thanksgiving is my goal. So hang in there and tell your friends, Bob Ross is dead. It's my turn. They can follow me now.